Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud.
It's up
it's
there
still
now,
loud.
Tom.
We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Houston Texans.
Tom, you're...
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Just click on it.
First down, Prescott. And his first look is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
On third down, it's Prescott. He'll have a first down past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision.
Yo,
don't forget his
that
athletic
yourself.
ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 41 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And
You
now
got
they
me
get to ride
fucked
a
up,
wave
so
of
what you think
emotion,
this is?
momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the
That
opening
nigga
drive.
ain't doing shit.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will
That's gonna
send
be
this
his
one
only
away.
big game of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Watson.
Get the fuck out
To
of
the
here.
air and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, IB Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts,
You go
also
ahead and
won
put that
Super
shit
Bowl
on
tickets
class,
for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pauvin. Way to go.
Change of scenery turned out to be really good this year for Cooper and the Cowboys. 9 games with them, over 700 yards, including that 217-yard three-score performance against the Eagles.
And remember, that last score was in overtime to give Dallas a huge win in the NFC East and help propel them to a division title. 1,005 yards combined between Oakland and Dallas. The third time he's gone over 1,000 in his 4 seasons in the NFL.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Don't worry about it.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
They get tough down here.
A first down carry by Elliott. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. And they ran
there it is.
It was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford.
Perfect man right there.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's
you ain't getting shit, boy.
He loses the football.
Fuck wrong with this snake.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now.
Somebody else watching, too.
Analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God, that was good play.
Very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, first and goal.
This a bitch.
But Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5, ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. It's the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive.
Find a crease and just get in there. Ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. That was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the 2 of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and ended up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
But as you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down, setting up the screen for Miller.
These niggas is not blocking, yo.
Back at the 23-yard line. They lost
in hell.
And it's third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver.
These niggas
no
can't
one can
even
pick it off.
catch
You don't have the
ball.
ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The Texans send the punter out. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Taken in at the 22. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was the first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Prescott from the gun on third.
Fucking intercepted. Like a fucking dog.
Picked off here by Aaron Colvin, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see
I got minus 4 yards. This nigga got
that
125.
time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. To throw on second is Watson. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Yo!
And with it, time has
That's that Madden bullshit. Ain't no way in hell that nigga's supposed to get that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Yeah, sure do.
Sure. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle.
Good fucking.
And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh
Another dangerous throw
God,
there,
these
partner.
niggas can't
he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw.
Come here.
Prescott.
Come here, motherfucker. Perfect user time. Let's go.
Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Fuck, man.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller,
you lucky he fell.
Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
I got -6 yards through the whole fucking game.
On first down, Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it.
Let me get
I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. Well, this past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries, and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins.
Rolling to his right.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker.
Yo, this dumb ass. He threw it off his back foot. That was a perfect touchdown. That nigga was wide the fuck open. Stupid shit.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Come that screen.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise
Make it last
they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, a decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Prescott from the gun. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide eight. Get out.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll go down right
J.J. Watt sucked.
This time.
He just let the nigga go right through him.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there.
That's all right.
Let's move the century mark in yardage.
We're
still in the second quarter.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because
love bringing that nigga across,
defensive
boy.
lineman will take the bait and move laterally.
Look at this shit. That was a pick.
They can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Nigga, you on disguise shit.
Prescott now 6 of 10 in this first half.
No, I didn't.
Nah,
I already knew what you was gonna do. I know your plays. Trust I can't stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Just these motherfuckers ain't doing their
the
fucking
red zone
job.
here, down to about the 19.
Shit.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here we go, 46. Here we go.
Second down, Prescott.
Got him, bitch.
And for the third time
Bitch.
here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Bitch.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Oh, man. 3 fucking turnovers
Just
and
over
I ain't
30
even
seconds
score
to
on
go
them
in the
bitches.
half. They've got it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He's got a man complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Watson on first down.
Oh my God, this nigga dropped the ball,
Wilson
yo.
brings up
Come
2nd down.
on.
This
You
defense not
can't
gonna
be
make it easy
dropping
for
the
you.
ball
They're a
like
physical
that.
group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the
22
incompletion
seconds.
on first down. Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
That nigga threw off.
Incomplete with a clock down now to 13
Yeah,
seconds.
no shit.
Demarius Thomas, the intended receiver.
Yeah, no, what
and
am
now it's
doing?
3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive.
Nah,
but
that
2
was different.
incompletions since. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Good fucking
And the
catch,
7-yard
Hopkins.
line, the catch is made. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Fuck.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Let me show you how hard it is.
Again,
That's what he fucked up at. Boy, go in here, fucking catch, nigga.
Touchdown, Texans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just
See
got
that
the sense they
one-hand
needed
kick?
something before half. They've at least got something
Oh,
on the board now.
shit.
Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was
I missed that
scoring in the
part.
last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room.
Ain't no goose eggs
This is
around
right
here,
there.
my nigga.
Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and
got
take
me
the locker room,
fucked up.
regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half to be played. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half?
3-0
3-0 New England. Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a third team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. A 20th carry here.
Good way to beat it, baby. Good way to beat it, baby.
That will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
It doesn't make a difference.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally.
A lot better.
I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to.
Let's
pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Totally. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right. That's A-okay.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Here's Watson, flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A first down carry now for Miller. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them
watch
in
it
this
on
game.
your phone,
Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Hey, back 22! Back 22!
On 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here's Austin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
Pick.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
All right, y'all. We got to make that shit count.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Watson now on second down. Flush to his right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Easy money right here.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now it's Watson, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And now here come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
AT&T Stadium.
A give to Elliott. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. The give is to Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now Elliott. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Yes.
And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, partner, here's where
told you I got something
gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys
that wasn't no luck, nigga. That wasn't luck,
they heard the
nigga.
sudden change call because that fumble puts them
I
right
popped
back on
the
the
shit
field.
out of him.
And they've
I
got to go out
popped
and
the
finish
shit
the
out
game
of
now
him,
themselves.
boy.
Absolutely.
You never
Nursing
seen
that
Zeke
slim lead here in the
like
4th.
that,
A
nigga.
costly turnover.
I made that nigga
Watson will
fumble
bring up the
twice,
Texans
boy.
here 1st and 10 at the 40.
Nigga, I made a fumble in the first half. The hell you talking about?
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Twice. You ain't never seen that shit happen, boy. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I told you I had some fun. That's what you get for trying to kill a clock.
2nd and 3.
Yes, it was.
A shotgun.
This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about right here, boy. This is what the fuck I'm talking about,
and
nigga.
he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 52 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Holy shit.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
Right,
and last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing,
you can have all
not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They go to Elliott again.
No way to force him back inside.
Right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go, 47. We're going to 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Stop that, man.
Go, get out there. 26.
Running without
You thought I was playing?
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say
get the
he's
fuck
short
out
of
of
the
here,
line to
boy.
gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Come on, man.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
Yeah.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Make him use all
so
his
they come
time
up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
He's anxious.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
It's all right. It's all right.
On the toss, here's Foreman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Yeah, you better.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
That nigga killed me. I'm glad you did that. There's a reason why I did it. 1st down, baby. It's in the game.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
Bitch.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Cooper was the target there. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
It's a good game. It's a good game. The boy had my name. Yeah, I'm the king, nigga. You call me king when you see me tonight, nigga. How you still up, bro? Come on, bro. Come on.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done.
Come on, man.